Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
The City of Sigourney is accepting applications for a position of full-time certified police chief. All applicants must be currently certified as a peace officer and must meet Iowa Law Enforcement Academy requirements for the position, which requires testing. Salary will range from $65,000 to $75,000 and will be dependent on qualifications and experience. Offer includes a $5,000 sign-on bonus plus a full benefits package. Request an application from the Sigourney City Clerk at 100 North Main Street in Sigourney. Applications and resumes will be accepted until the position is filled. Retro Antique Tour Fall Edition is coming up Friday, September 20th and Saturday, September 21st. Embark on a shop hop adventure designed for people to discover hidden gems in shops and communities in a well-organized and distinctive antique shopping experience. With participating businesses in Oskaloosa, Pella, New Sharon, Beacon, and Ottumwa. For more information, visit brushedbyjude.com and click on the link for the Retro Antique Tour. Or reach out via email at brushedbyjude@gmail.com or call 641-660-2536. Bridget's Public House is an Irish pub located at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Bridget's Public House hopes you find it a warm, welcoming space that also serves delicious, unique Irish-based options created in their kitchen. And don't forget a cold beverage of choice. Located just off the square next to True Value. Come in and check out the unique decor at Bridget's Public House while enjoying a beverage or food. Follow Bridget's Public House on Facebook and stop in person at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. That's Bridget's Public House. Locally owned and operated. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore. Sigourney Keota football fans, Steve Shetler Media is teaming up with Clint Dye of Tag Team Photography to bring you coverage of Sigourney Keota football this fall. You've seen Clint's fantastic photos of Sigourney Keota football over the last few years. And now Clint is bringing those talents to be showcased on Steve Shetler Media. We're going to have pictures and action shots of each and every game, an in-depth article, and a video highlight of the game as well. You won't miss a thing with Sigourney Keota football coverage right here this year on Steve Shetler Media.
And here's your host, Steve Shetler.
Hello. Hi, good morning to you. It is time for the morning wake up, a Friday edition here on Steve Shetler Media. It's brought to us by Stam Garden Center from the Oski Dental Studios. And of course, you can experience the color at Stam Garden Center and Nursery right along Highway 92 east of Oskaloosa, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, closed on Sundays. And of course, they are the home of Autumn Acres if you want some fall fun. So check that out at Stam Garden Center and Nursery. We, again, do come from the Oski Dental Studios, and you can schedule your appointment with Dr. Schuster at 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They are a Delta Dental provider at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. Let's take a look at our weather. It's being brought to us by the Garden Gate at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. And for this weekend today, sunny, warm again, a high of 88, pretty calm northwest winds. For tonight, increasing clouds, again, calm winds, a low of 62. Should be a nice night for some high school football. Saturday, a 40% chance of some showers and thunderstorms, kind of off and on through the day. And sunny tomorrow, a high of 85. A really good chance of some showers, maybe a thunderstorm tomorrow night, low of 60. Some much-needed rain in the forecast. And then on Sunday, showers, maybe a thunderstorm, and cooling down. A high of just 66 on Sunday. Right now, we do have current conditions in southeast Iowa. Humidity at 100%. Pretty calm winds. Barometer at 29.84. Dew point at 62. And according to the National Weather Service equipment here in the Oski Dental Studios, we have 63 degrees. And your weather is sponsored by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Every morning, 6 a.m., we put up our This or That. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. This or That for today is morning or night. Which do you prefer? I'm going with night. I'm more of a night person than a morning person. So what do you think? You can comment on that. The post went up at 6 a.m. this morning, and every weekday morning, This or That, here on Steve Shetler Media. Our question of the day goes up at noon today. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa, 202 North Main in Sigourney. What do you listen to in your vehicle? Is it the radio? Is it streaming music? Is it podcasts? Is it something else? What do you listen to in your vehicle? So what are your listening habits when you're driving? Again, those different options. Maybe you listen to something else. Maybe you listen to CDs or cassettes. Do you still have a cassette player? I don't. Probably not. But what do you listen to in your car? That's your question of the day. It goes up at noon on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. Got our fall season for the fun of it tournament going on. This current matchup going until 6 p.m. this evening. And it's brought to us by Colbert Feed in Sigourney. And they are your horse source in Keokuk County. They've got horse feed, dog food, cat food, bird food. So if you need to feed your animals, you can get it at Colbert Feed in Sigourney. So our matchup today, second round matchup, has football against Harvest Time. Again, just random fall things battling it out in our tournament this month. Again, brought to us by Colbert Feed. Football, give it the thumbs up if you want to vote for football, or a heart for Harvest Time. Of course, this is its own individual post on Facebook. I put that up at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. last evening, goes through 6 p.m. this evening with the voting. Football versus Harvest Time. Now, look at our overall brackets for our tournament. Soups has moved into the Final Four. Soups beat Pumpkin Spice. I was thinking Pumpkin Spice might make a big run in the tournament, but Soups and Chowders is in the Final Four. Now, on the other side of the bracket there, you got our current matchup, football and Harvest Time. Then next week, we'll take part of the weekend off. We've got the old sweatshirts combination going against fall foliage, and hay rides and cooler temps also coming up in our tournament. Again, that's our fall season for the Fun of It tournament brought to us by Colbert Feed in Sigourney. We just announced here within the last few minutes our athlete and team of the week. Keokuk County Hospital and Clinic's athlete of the week is from Ottumwa football, and wish me luck on this last name. I will most likely get it wrong, but voted, let's see here, how many votes did he have? 413 votes for Ottumwa's Kobe Chanthalavon. Hopefully, I'm somewhat close on that last name. Kobe Chanthalavon from Ottumwa football had a big week last week, and he was voted our athlete of the week. So congratulations. That's two of the three athlete of the weeks so far this school year from Ottumwa football. So last year, I think Ottumwa only had one athlete of the week during the school year. So they've already got more this year than they did last year. And we're only 3 weeks into the school year as far as the voting goes for athlete of the week. So congratulations to Kobe from Ottumwa football. Our team of the week, as voted on by you guys, Kelly Style State Farm Insurance Team of the Week is North Mahaska football. And I believe they had about 208 votes. So congratulations to North Mahaska. They're off to a good start this season. So North Mahaska, our team of the week, North Mahaska football. Congratulations to the guys from North Mahaska football. Of course, tomorrow we will have Coach Bennett from North Mahaska football joining us on the sports section. And let's get into the stuff for this weekend. As coming up later on today, where's he? Oh, he's over there in the shadows. It's the man in the shadows, Daniel David. He'll be coming out of the shadows today to join us at Barnwired in Sigourney. The mysterious Daniel David playing us some tunes, giving us a live interview at Barnwired in Sigourney. Again, 11:30 to noon. That's every Friday with our Iowa Music Showcase. Tune in for Daniel David. Come in if you want to have some fun. If you need a little break during the midday, you want to watch the interview and live music live, hang out with us at Barnwired. It's always fun. Get something to eat, get something to drink. And I can also guarantee, I have confirmed, we do have a surprise bonus guest at noon today for at least one song. So I'm not going to say who it is. I'm just saying, you want to tune in or be there live. We've got Daniel David and a bonus guest for the Iowa Music Showcase today at Barnwired. Coming up tonight, we've got Pekin Panther football. Josh and Zach, I think Zach's gone this week. So it's just Josh. Josh will have the play-by-play. I'll be hanging out with Josh. I'll chime in occasionally on the microphone. So tune in as Pekin takes on Columbus tonight. That'll be at 7 o'clock with the kickoff. And we'll have our pregame shortly before that. So tune in. Panther football all season long here on Steve Shetler Media. Hopefully you tuned in last night as Josh Clubb and I did some volleyball. We were in North English as Sigourney was at English Valleys last night for volleyball. Sigourney won that matchup. So we had our first ever volleyball game on Steve Shetler Media last night. So all went well. It went well for a first-time volleyball broadcast. So more volleyball coming up on Monday, September 30th, as Sigourney will be at Keota for volleyball. So lots of volleyball action. Should also mention, while we've got the football up on the screen, of course, we'll have Sigourney-Keota coverage going on tonight and tomorrow with Clint Dye, as Clint will always be covering Sigourney-Keota during this football season here on Steve Shetler Media. Clint with quarterly updates. He'll have some pictures. We'll get some video highlights tomorrow. An article from Clint Dye. So he's my Sigourney-Keota guy. And, of course, full live coverage of the games for Pekin football here on Steve Shetler Media. Tomorrow, we go to Brothers Market in Sigourney, as I mentioned, and we'll have Coach Clint Weber from Pekin football. We'll have Coach Trey Bennett from North Mahaska, and maybe some players from North Mahaska, and we'll have Coach Jared Jensen from Sigourney-Keota. So it's always a full lineup and a full morning of sports talk here on Steve Shetler Media on Saturday mornings. Of course, Tuesdays we go to Smoky Row in Oskaloosa for Tuesday night tune-up. If you like local racing, you can tune in on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Safe Grafke, your host. So lots of stuff. We always have lots of stuff going on here on Steve Shetler Media. Okay, let's take a look at our community calendar. Coming up today and tomorrow is the fall book sale put on by the Friends of the Sigourney Public Library. If you saw Miss Amanda's video from the Sigourney Public Library yesterday, you know that they are getting ready. They are ready. I mean, things are going to get rocking and rolling today with the fall book sale. So take advantage of that. Great books at incredible prices. So if you want to load up on some books, that's today from 2 to 6, tomorrow from 9 to 1. What else is going on this weekend? We've got... I want to make sure I touch base on stuff that's for this weekend in particular. Sunday, the Tri-County Food Pantry Open House in Watchier with their new building. Check that out. In Montezuma, the library in Montezuma has their insect zoo going on tomorrow from 10 to noon. Hands-on with bugs. So if you like bugs, check that out. In Montezuma tomorrow. Of course, it's homecoming for Sigourney Keota this weekend, so be aware of that if you haven't been yet this week. We've got the rodeo going on at the Expo in Sigourney. The rescheduled Rogue Rodeo that was supposed to happen earlier this summer during the Expo Fair, that got postponed due to weather. That'll be tomorrow, so put that on your calendars. Also, Keswick Harvest Days is going on tomorrow. Something else in the area. What else we got going on here? I know there's something else. We got something else, and I can't put my finger on it right now. But, yeah, lots of stuff happening in the area this weekend. So make sure you get out and about and have some fun, have something to do in southeast Iowa. Again, you're tuned in to Steve Shetler Media here for the Morning Wake Up. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. All right, let's take a look at our birthdays, as it's brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, the broker, owner, and realtor. Go to hometown-re.com for listings and more information. Since it's a Friday, we'll look at weekend birthdays for the area. We've got Cameron Smith. He is part of an Iowa country duo out of the Quad Cities area. Cameron Smith with a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Cameron. Tomorrow in the area, we've got Billy George with a birthday. We've got Justin Skoltis with a birthday. We've got Ryan Glandon, a birthday. Radio's Doris Day. Doris, a longtime Iowa radio personality and country radio. Doris with a birthday. Tomorrow, we've got Christy Cheney celebrating her birthday tomorrow. Sunday, we've got Hunter Bruns, Bill Halloran, and Iowa musician Anderson Coates with a birthday. So lots of birthdays in the area this weekend. Coming up with celebrity birthdays today is actress Sophia Loren. Sophia turning 90 years old today. We've got novelist George R.R. Martin. Isn't he? I think he's the Game of Thrones guy. So George with a birthday. The bass player for the rock band Styx, Chuck Panazzo, turning 76 years old. We've got the guitar player for Extreme, the rock band Extreme, Nuno Betancourt, 58 years old. The twin brothers, Gunnar and Matthew Nelson. They performed at the Watchier Opera House like several years ago with their... they used to have the long, flowing blonde hair. I think they've cut their hair short since then. But Nelson, Gunnar and Matthew, 57 years old today for the Nelson boys. And then Philip Phillips. I wonder if his middle name is Phil. Philip Phillips, the singer from American Idol, 34 years old today. Those are your birthdays, celebrity and hometown birthdays, brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Hey, hope you're off to a good start on this Friday. We are doing the morning wake up, brought to us by Stam Garden Center, live from the Oski Dental Studios. Currently 63 degrees here in the big town of Sigourney, Iowa. On this date, today is Friday, September 20th. On this date in history, it was back in 1519. Portuguese navigator Ferdinand. How would you like to have the name Ferdinand? Ferdinand Magellan began what became the first successful trip around the world. So congratulations to Ferdinand, 1519. On this date, 1859, there was a patent granted for the electric range, the oven. So 1859. On this date, 1951, a jet crossed over the North Pole for the very first time. It was on this date in 1972, shockingly, surprisingly, police found marijuana growing on the farm of Paul and Linda McCartney. No, actually, nobody was surprised by that. 1972. Today, on the National Day calendar, National Queso Day. I do like me some chips and queso. It's National Care for Kids Day, so make sure you care for the kids. It's National Fried Rice Day. It's Pepperoni Pizza Day. Woo, this is a good day. I tell you what, queso and pepperoni pizza. Now you're talking. I have made it abundantly clear that I am a very picky eater. But when it comes to a queso and pepperoni pizza, I'm all in. Let's see here. It's also National String Cheese Day, and it's National Punch Day. So wash that pepperoni pizza and queso down with some punch. That's your national days on the National Day calendar. Let's see here. It's 7:21 on your Friday morning, and we are doing the morning wake up. Let's hear from some of our sponsors, including our headliner, Stam Garden Center and Nursery.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Iowa Edelweiss wine from Tassel Ridge Winery is a great wine for fall. It's a fruity, semi-sweet white wine that offers orange, pear, and pineapple hints on both the nose and palate. It's great served chilled and simply sipped, and it enhances spicy Asian stir-fry or grilled chicken. All of the grapes for this wine are grown at the winery. Tassel Ridge, Iowa Edelweiss is available at many of our nearly 400 retailers in Iowa. Look for the tall blue bottle with an image of a wine glass on the label. If you don't see Tassel Ridge, Iowa Edelweiss at your favorite retailer, ask the manager to get it for you. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa, and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Thank you for calling the City Cinema Mega Multiplex Dual Quad Triomni Theaters, where entertainment always lives, just not for long. Now playing, a dog with long ears terrorizes the afterlife in Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. A man hates flower bugs and doesn't even want you to say their name in Speak No Weevil. And another man chases after tornadoes while he's drunk in Twisters. So, when you want the most for your entertainment dollar, you'll always find yourself asking, what the heck am I doing here? When you're at your nearest City Cinema Mega Multiplex Dual Quad Triomni Theaters, thank you for calling.
I tell you what, last night when I put that little video in for this morning, I went to bed chuckling so much because a drunk man chasing tornadoes in Twisters. That hit my funny bone last night. That was good stuff. By the way, thank you, Julie Tremmel. This is why I need a teacher helping me out with the Magellan stuff. So, yeah, appreciate that. I mean, if he got around the world, he got around the world. But, if he died in the Philippines, stuff happens, I guess. Hey, we're doing the morning wake up. It's brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery. We're live from the Oski Dental Studios. Let's do some of this. Some things you need to know. Whoa. In some things you need to know, rescuers had to jump into action in South Carolina this week when an elderly couple, following their GPS, drove straight into the water. Yeah, they have it. That just has to. If you've seen The Office, the TV show The Office, the episode where Michael and Dwight drive straight into the water. That's what this sounds like exactly. Let's see here. Starbucks. There's a new fall drink at Starbucks, and it sounds disgusting. The Pecan Crunch Oat Milk Latte. Okay. Let's go to London. A London private school that costs $35,000 a year is now offering completely AI classrooms, artificial intelligence classrooms. Students wouldn't have a teacher. Let's see here. Just a custom program created for them. So getting taught by AI. Cue the Terminator music. Let's see here. Other things that you need to know. 3 years after resigning as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, after the emergence of some controversial emails, John Gruden says that he wants to return to coaching, most likely at a college level. So John Gruden wanting to get back in the game. SpaceX, they say they're planning to send one of their Starship rockets to Mars. Yeah, in 2026. So we're a ways away from that, but still kind of exciting. David Schwimmer from Friends. He says he knows exactly what cost him his movie star status. It was the time that he turned down a role to star in Men in Black. David Schwimmer could have been one of the Men in Black. I'm assuming he would have been the Will Smith character. It's just a guess. Saturday Night Live, SNL, kicking off their 50th season. Coming up next weekend, Gene Smart will host. Musical guest will be Jelly Roll. Other guests and musical guests coming up in the next few weeks. Nate Bargatze with Coldplay, Ariana Grande with Stevie Nicks, and Michael Keaton and Billie Eilish. So look for those guests coming up over the next few weeks for SNL. How about Mel Gibson? He is said to be in Malta, scouting locations for his Passion of the Christ sequel, and it'll be called Resurrection. Sounds good. Josh Gad says that he has been working with 98-year-old Mel Brooks on a sequel to Spaceballs. And Josh says it's been a blast. Now, he co-wrote the script and will also star and co-produce the upcoming film. So, a sequel to Spaceballs. How about this? A couple of twin sisters in Ohio. One named Marilyn, one named Madeline, twin sisters, celebrated their 102nd birthday together last week. So, happy birthday. 102 for those twin sisters. How about this? There is a new Disney series. They just keep striking out on their series ideas. Go woke, go broke, I guess. A new Disney series, Agatha All Along, which they are saying something to the effect of it's like the gayest Marvel production or whatever that they've done for Marvel. Agatha All Along is at 68 on Rotten Tomatoes. So people giving it pretty bad reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. That's Agatha All Along. How about Max, the Max streaming service? A Harry Potter TV series is coming to Max, but the release date is being pushed back. It'll be either 2026 at the earliest, possibly 2027. for Harry Potter TV series. And then finally, Rob Schneider, you can do it, has publicly asked his daughter Elle King to forgive him after the singer criticized him for their quote-unquote toxic relationship. So maybe a Rob and Elle can patch things up. Let's go ahead and do this. Today's Impossible question. It's impossible. See if you can get it. Each year, Americans throw out enough of these to reach to the moon and back 20 times. Again, each year, Americans throw out enough of these to reach to the moon and back 20 times. What are we talking about? Think about that. Let's go to the comments. Now, my comments are totally screwed up on my phone today, so I know there are more than what I'm seeing. Bubby, I know you were in there. I can see Amber talking about Toby's, Julie talking about Magellan, Nancy, and Eloise. So I think I saw Sandy earlier. I know there's more of you. I'm just not, for whatever reason, I'm not seeing them popping up on my live feed. So thank you for tuning in and hanging out this morning on a Friday edition of the Morning Wake Up, brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios. Americans throw out enough of these to reach to the moon and back 20 times. What are we talking about? It's soda cans and bottles. Pop cans and bottles. Now, why would you throw them out here in Iowa? Take them back. Get your 5 cents back. I always do that. And if you have cans and bottles that you don't want, I'll take your 5 cents. So yeah, we throw out enough cans and bottles to reach to the moon and back 20 times. That is crazy. Let's see here. What else we got going on here? Get past all this stuff. Let's get weird, shall we? And
that is weird.
In case we haven't been weird enough yet. 64-year-old woman was preparing to do her evening dishes. I hate it when this happens. You're preparing to do your evening dishes at home. She's in Bangkok when she felt a sharp pain in her thigh, looked down and saw a huge python biting into her and starting to wrap itself around her. She says, I was about to scoop some water, and when I sat down, it bit me immediately. Now, the 13 to 16 foot long python coiled itself around her torso, squeezing her down to the floor of her kitchen. She says, I grabbed it by the head, but it wouldn't release me. It only tightened. Propped up against her kitchen door, she cried for help, but it wasn't until a neighbor happened to be walking by about an hour and a half later that the neighbor heard her screams and police responded. So how would you like to have that for an experience? Washing your dishes when all of a sudden a 16-foot python grabs a hold of you. Fun times in Taiwan. What else we got going on here in the weird? Let's fast forward. We're running kind of long today already. Let's go to fantasy football. Does anybody in the comments, I know it's mostly ladies in the comments this morning, but if you ever do fantasy football, yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. If you like football, Justice Department doesn't necessarily get involved in fantasy football, but in this case, out of Philadelphia, it is an exception. Federal authorities say Matthew Gabriel, 25, got ticked off at one of his rivals in his fantasy football league for unspecified reasons and attempted to get even by framing him as a potential mass shooter and bomber. How about that? You tick somebody off in your fantasy football league, and they try to frame you, make you look like a mass shooter and a bomber. Something's wrong there. Something's wrong with that. The guy now faces up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. So, yeah. You can't do that. Just play your fantasy football. It's fantasy. See, that's the key word. Fantasy. And then let's go to this. Space. The final frontier for billionaires. You know, if you're a billionaire, you can walk in space, and that is exactly what happened here recently. Billionaire Jared Isaacman being the first private citizen to do a spacewalk. Now, he says it was a beautiful sight, but not all that it was cracked up to be. Let's see here. It wasn't. They say it wasn't exactly a perfect experience. If I could talk, it wasn't exactly a perfect experiment. I can't talk. It wasn't exactly a perfect experience for the billionaire and his 3 space mates. The rich guy says, quote, "It was a hard, very threatening environment," and he says, "Not anything I would describe as peaceful." Let's see here. He goes on to say, looking at Earth was obviously very, very special. This guy's 41 years old, the billionaire that walked in space. But he says, when you look off to the side, you look out into the darkness of space, and you see your spaceship there and how gritty it looks. It gave you this sense of like, well, this isn't going to be easy. He describes his historic endeavor as an emotional experience and sensory overload. He says there's the physical exertion, there's the pressure changes, the temperature changes, it gets a little cold, and he says then, of course, the overwhelming visual sensation when you see Earth with no kind of barrier between you other than the visor that's in front of you. So, yeah, I mean, what an experience that would be. But obviously it would be a little bit freaky. I mean, wouldn't you be freaked out if you were just out in space, floating, looking at Earth? Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy. But if you're a billionaire, you get to experience that. I don't plan on that happening for me anytime soon. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. How would you like to have stuff stolen from you and then find it showing up on Facebook Marketplace? That is exactly what happened to a young Colorado family as they are looking for someone who stole the husband's work truck and all of his tools for his fledgling contracting company. Now, with their livelihood at stake, they took to Facebook Marketplace, found at least some of the stolen items being listed by the same seller, but police were uninterested in helping them get their stuff back. So they took things into their own hands. They decided to meet up with the seller, of course, the person that stole this stuff from them. Now, they didn't confront the guy, but they did take photos of him, the truck, and his license plate. And then they turned that information into police. Let's see here. Let's see. The family alleges police claimed there was no way to prove the stolen items were theirs, but the victims had the serial numbers from the different tools, plus the truck's VIN number. And the husband made special modifications to the tools, which were visible in the Facebook Marketplace listing. So hopefully the police help these people out. I mean, to have all your stuff, I mean, that'd be like somebody stealing my camera and my lights and my microphones and my computer and then trying to sell it on Facebook. That wouldn't be cool. Shall we do something that will make you smile?
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile. It's brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. They've got their open house coming up on Thursday, October 3rd at their brand new location, 115 South Jefferson in Sigourney. They're going to give office tours. There's going to be refreshments, prizes, all sorts of fun stuff. 10 years for Dr. Stacy Freeze and Lifetime Dental Solutions in Sigourney. Open house coming up on Thursday, October 3rd. Something to make you smile. Now, of course, we will post this entire story on Facebook coming up here in just a few minutes at 7:45 this morning. So make sure you check out the entire story at that point. But here's the gist of our Something to Make You Smile. There's a kid born, and when he was in kindergarten, he noticed he was much bigger than other kids. And when he was just 14 years old, Eric Kilburn of Michigan, nearly 7 feet tall at just 14 years old. Now he's 16 years old, and he claims that his feet are 13.5 inches long. He wears a size 23 shoe. That is huge feet. And he says, let's see here. He has hands that stretch to 9.13 inches. Now, both of these have earned him a place in the Guinness World Records. So, again, Eric Kilburn from Michigan. He's just 16, over 7 feet tall now. He's just a huge kid. And, again, he's only 16, and he's still growing. But the thing is, he's not letting this, hold him back or hold him down. He says, it's okay to stand out. He says, don't let negativity distract you from your goals. So, obviously, if you're a kid, if you're a teenage kid, those are some tough years from your peers and people making fun of you. And I'm sure when you're at that age and you're that big with huge hands and feet and 7 feet tall, you're probably getting made fun of at school. But this kid putting a positive spin on things. Look for that whole story. You can read it in its entirety here in about 5 minutes when it gets posted on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. Something to make you smile, brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. Let's wrap this up today with some duh. Duh. And some duh. If you want to go for a joyride, this is one thing you shouldn't do. You shouldn't steal a train. Police have arrested a teen girl, they say, took an empty New York City subway train on a brief joyride before crashing it and then trying to flee the scene. They're also looking for a male companion they believe was also pictured on the train. Surveillance photos released by the New York Police Department on Tuesday show one person dressed all in pink, including a pink shower cap. So it must have been fresh out of the shower, stealing a train. And another in a blue tank top. So you got pink and blue. Police arrested the 17-year-old girl on Wednesday around noon. I don't know if she still had her pink shower cap on or not, but they've charged her with criminal mischief and reckless endangerment. So if you're bored, if you just got out of the shower with your pink shower cap on, don't go steal. Don't go stealing trains in New York. It's a bad idea with your boy in a blue tank top. Yeah, they get the duh. Let's get one last look at our forecast before we get out of here for this Friday. Mostly sunny today, hot again, a high of 88. Yesterday, I think we got to 92 here in Sigourney. That's crazy for September. Too hot. Needs to cool down. And it's gonna, because by Sunday we're going to have some showers and a high of just 66 for a high. So today through Sunday, things are going to be a-changing. Let's see here. Let's take a look. What do we got coming up video-wise? Fridays are always... We always take it easy on Fridays, video-wise. We'll have In Remembrance Of coming up at 8 o'clock. We'll have the Iowa Music Showcase at 11:30 at Barnwired. 5 o'clock today. We didn't get this earlier this week, so we're going to have some country music news at 5 o'clock today. Successful Farming at 5:30. We'll get to Pekin football, live Pekin football coverage right around 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock for the kick. I say we're light on videos on Friday, and of course we still have a ton of stuff going on. So tune in for all of that. And again, we do thank Stam Garden Center, where you can experience the color at Stam's just outside of Oskaloosa on Highway 92. Stam's sponsoring our morning wake up. And of course, we are live as always from the Oski Dental Studios, where you can call 641-673-4845. All right, I'm out of here. Hopefully I'll see you up at Barnwired, or we'll just see you right here on Facebook coming up over the next few hours on Steve Shetler Media. You guys have a great day, a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday morning.